Good morning, guys. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Is my voice is clear to all of you guys? Yeah. Yeah, nice. Actually, then we are conducting this workshop in both offline and online. Due to some examinations at Jdbc, might be then people are not attending today. Complete that. Right now, before come for this, before giving introduction part, just I would like to give what exactly today's workshop, then what we are going to discuss actually, what exactly the thing here we are going to understand. That all the things here I will give clarity. Now let us try to understand this clearly. Today workshop is this keyword, this keyword, this keyword. In CoreJava, this keyword is very important. Number of times we are going to use this keyword. So what is the importance of this keyword, then where we are going to use this keyword, that all the things here we are going to understand today. Total this keyword is our target today. Let me complete it. This is part of the CoreJava actually. Okay. Now tell me guys, then what exactly the purpose of this keyword? What is this keyword actually? In Java, what is this keyword actually? Can you tell me? This is a Java keyword that we know already. This is what? A Java keyword. Good. This is a Java keyword. Okay. Then what is its purpose actually? What we are able to do with this? What it able to represent? It represents current class object. It represents what? Current class object. This is what? A Java keyword. It represents current class object. Good. This is the meaning of this keyword. Okay, I will give clarity later on. Then where we are going to use this keyword, then how to use this keyword, everything I'll give clarity later on. Don't worry for that. Now at present, just we have to understand clearly what exactly the purpose of this keyword. That's the point I'm asking there. Okay. Right. Now, in how many ways we are able to utilize this keyword in Java? If you up to this point, in Java applications, we are able to utilize this keyword in the following four ways. Overall, in four ways we are able to utilize this keyword. What exactly these four ways? No. First one is to refer current class variables. To refer current class variable. This is first utilization. First one is what? To refer current class variables. Class level variables. Good. Next one is to refer current methods. Third one is what? To refer current class constructors. To refer current class constructors. Then the fourth one is also very important. Number of times we are going to use in our application development. The next one is what? To refer, not to refer. Okay, to return current class object. To return what? Current class object. That's it. These are the overall four ways to utilize this keyword. Guys, all of you understand this. First one is what? What is that first one here? This is a Java keyword. It represents current class object. This is a Java keyword. It represents current class object. Okay, good. Next one is what? In Java applications, we are able to utilize this keyword in the following four ways. What are the four ways here? To refer current class variables, to refer current class methods, and to refer current class constructors, and finally to return current class object, where we are going to return current class object and how to use all the things here I'm going to use clearly. Now try to understand this clearly. Now here our job is, and our syllabus today is what? Completing these 4 steps only our content clearly. Completing these 4 steps is our content here. Now we are going to understand clearly this part here, right? All right, sir. Then here, what next one here? Now let us see. Let us start this first one here clearly. Let us take this first one. What is this actually? To refer current class variables. That is our content clearly. That's okay. How we are going to refer current class variables? Through an example. I will explain this part clearly. Understand this. To refer, in general, if we want to refer current class variables by using this keyword, we have to use the syntax. What would be the syntax here we are going to use there? The syntax would be this dot var name semicolon. This dot var name semicolon, that we are going to use. This dot var name. Observe carefully. Okay. This dot var name. If you want to refer current class variables, if you want to refer current class variables by using this keyword, there we have to use watch. There we have to use watch this dot var name that we are going to use. Okay, fine. Let us see through programming part here how it's going to be happen through programming part that we are going to understand. Let's see this point here clearly. For example, simple. I want to take edit plus only, not Eclipse IDE and all. Why? Because and to show the proofs at CoreJava, edit plus is best instead of Eclipse IDE. If I use Eclipse IDE, everything will be hidden internally, so not required. Just I want to use edit plus now, optional. Now let's see this clearly. Class test I have taken, and before this class test, I want to take a variable. That means a class I want to take something else like what class A I want to take. Class A. Here I will take like what? No, class A. Inside this class A, what I will take now, for example, int I is equal to 10, int j is equal to 20, that I will take. Okay. Then after that, A class constructor here I will take. Inside this A class constructor, I want to take parameters. Again, 2 parameters here I want to take. Again, observe carefully, int I comma int j. 2 construct, that means parameters constructor I have taken. Inside this parameters constructor I have taken 2 variables, I variable and j variable, 2 variables here I have taken. Okay, good. Up to that we are not having any problem. Now here my point is what? System dot out dot println, system dot out dot println I plus space plus j. I'm trying to display I value and j value. Then after that, I'm trying to access the constructor by creating object for class K. A small a is equal to new a of something else, 30 comma 40 I will provide. Also carefully. Inside the constructor I passed which values now? 30 and 40. 2 values here we provided. The 30 and 40 will come to the parameter variables, this I and this j. Okay. In a class A, overall class level variables and parameter variables are available. Parameter variables are almost all local variables only. Class level variables are available. What are these class level variables actually? I and j. These two are class level variables. Observe carefully. I and j are what now? Class level variables. I and j, class level variables. Okay. Now here, whenever we are having class level variables like this, I and j, local variables are available like I and j, both are existed here. Now I'm trying to display this I value and j value inside the constructor. So local variable values I and j are 30, 40. Class level variables I and j are what? 10 and 20. Now inside the constructor, I'm trying to display I value and j value. So here my question is what? What is my question here? In this case, my question is which values are going to be displayed? Which variable values are going to be displayed? Are these are parameter variable values or class level variable values? Which values are going to be displayed if I run this program? Is that 30 and 40 or 10 and 20? That means parameter variable values or class level variable values. Which values we are going to display now at present if I run this program? Tell me guys, what is your expectation actually? If I run this program, which values are going to be displayed here? Are there parameter variable values, that means local variable values, that is 30 and 40, or class level variable values 10 and 20? Which values are going to be displayed? That is the question. Right? Any response, any answer? Here, which values are going to be displayed? That's the question. Come on, guys. Waiting for a response. Which values are going to be displayed? Are there 10 and 20 or 30, 40? Right, exactly. Almost all of them are saying 30 and 40. Yes, 30 and 40 are the right answers. Exactly, 30 and 40 are like what? No, right answers. Right, perfect. Why? Because 30 and 40 are the right answer. Now let me compare and execute this one. Let me compare and execute this. All right. Now here, what I'm telling there, Java C space tester.java compiled successfully. Compiled successfully. Now here we are going to get output. Now Java space test. Here what we are getting 30 and 40. Why we are getting 30 and 40? I'll give some clarity now. Try to understand this. Why we are getting 30 and 40? Now let me understand it. One thing I'm telling to you clearly. Application flow, execution flow will start from main method. JVM will execute main method directly. Inside the main method, JVM will execute the statement. When JVM executes this particular statement, first JVM will access constructor along with the new keyword. When it accesses constructor, flow of execution will come to this particular constructor. Observe carefully, parameters will constructor here we are calling. So 30 and 40 are parameters. This 30 and 40 values will come to I variable. That means parameter variables. 30 and 40 will come to I variable and j variable. Okay, good. Up to that it's okay. Now system.out.println of I and j. But here there is a small confusion. What is that confusion? No. Here we are trying to display I value and j value. Local variables are available I and j. At the same time, class level variables are available I and j. Class level variable values are 10 and 20. Local variable values are 30 and 40. So here the confusion is what? Which values are going to be displayed? The local variable values or class level variable values? Which values are going to be displayed? This is a confusion. So for that I am giving a blunder rule in Java. In Java, always highest priority will be given for local variables. Highest priority will be given for local variables. In the case, if any local variable is not existed, whatever the variable we access, if it is not available at local, then compiler and JVM will search for that at a class level. Understand the searching process. First, whenever we are trying to access I and j, first compiler and JVM will search for this I and j at a local as a first priority at local. If these two are not available at local, then only compiler and JVM will search for them at a class level. Even at class level also, if they are not available, then compiler and JVM will search at super class level. 3 steps now. Searching process will be 3 steps. First, they will search at local. If they are not available at local, then it will search at class level. If they are not available at class level, then it will search at which level they are now? Super class. Super class. Okay. Now here in our situation, I and j are available at local or not? I and j are available at local. So what are the local variables values here now? I and j values are what? This value, this I value, this j value is what? 30 and 40. What are the values here we passed here? Then immediately it is going to display like what value is there now? 30 and 40 only it able to display. It will not display 10 and 20. It able to display only 30 and 40. Now let's see this one. Let me compile it again and let me execute it again. Now we are able to see like what now 30 and 40. Good. Up to that it's okay. But here my question is what? My question is, yes, when I access I variable and j variable, it is very confirmed that local values are available. So I want to display local vars like this. I want to display that value. That's okay. Local variable values can we are displaying. But my requirement is what? In this particular situation, I want to over the local variables. I don't want to display local variable values. I want to display class level variable values. I want to access class level variable values instead of local variable values. That's my question. Over the local variable values, if you want to access class level variable values, over the local variable values, if you want to access class level variable values, there we are going to use this keyword. There we have to use what? This keyword. Let me check it. System.out.println of system.out.println of. Now here I want to say like what no class level variables, class level vars. Simply I want to say like what no class level vars plus still if I use I plus a space plus a j, still if I use I and j, what values are going to be displayed here? This I and j are what now? First priority, first compile and jv will search for I and j at a local in the sense inside the constructor. If they're not available, then only at class level. Now but I and j are available at local or not? Yes, available. So which output still we are able to get here now? Still we are able to get 30 and 40 only. But my requirement is what? I don't want to access local variable values. I want to access class level variable values over the local variable values. Over the local variable values, I want to access what? Class level variable values. So whenever we want to access class level variable values over the local variable values, there we have to use what? This keyword. Now let me compile and execute up to now. Just we are going to get 30 and 42 times here now. Let me check it. Then after that I will use this keyword clearly. Compiled successfully. Executed. Now here we are getting 30 40 outputs here we are getting. That's okay. But my requirement is what? I want to display 10 and 20. That class level variables I want to display 10 and 20. That's why here what we have to do? Simply we have to use what? This keyword. This dot I. And next one is what now? Here also we are going to provide like what now? This dot j. This dot I, this dot j. Just simple point. Whenever we are using this dot I, for example, what compiler will do, what JVM will do. Compiler will understand developer wants to access class level variable value, not local variable value. Compiler will understand, then immediately compiler will check whether this I variable is available at class level or not. It will not check at local. If I use directly I variable, then compiler will check at local as the first one, as the first attempt. But here this dot I, if I use now, that directly compiler will check I variable at class level. Compiler will not check at local now. Compiler will check at local whether it is available at local, whether it is available at class level or not. If it is not available at class level, then compiler will check it at super class, but it will not check at which level? Local. Understand it? So this dot I in the sense directly compiler will pointing the I variable at which level? Class level variable, not local. Similarly, this dot j. Okay, this dot j. J is also available at class level or not? Class level. Okay, then compiler will check that. But when we execute that program, JVM will display class level variable I value and class level variable j value as we are using this dot I and this dot j. Then if I execute this program, what will that output here we are able to get? First output is what? This I and j. What is that output here we are able to get? 30 and 40. This dot I and this dot j, which value here we are able to get? This dot I, this dot j, in the sense this dot I is what? Class level, not local. This dot j is what? Class level. So class level values are what? 10 and 20. 10 and 20. Now let me check this point clearly. Now here we are able to compile successfully. We compiled successfully. Next one is what? Java space test. Local variable values are 30 40 and class level variable values are like what now? 10 and 20. So here I want to go for conclusion. When to use this keyword? While referring variables. With respect to the variables, when we are going to use that this keyword. Right. For the purpose, then what is the conclusion here? The conclusion would be very clear. What's the conclusion? In Java applications. Understand it clearly? In Java applications, when we have same set of of same set of variables at a local and at a class level. When we have same set of variables at local and at a class level, there, if we want to come on, where if we want to access only, which variables? Class level variables over the local variables. There we are going to use, we will use which keyword there? No, this keyword. There we will use what? This keyword. That's it. This is a simple utilization of this keyword while accessing class level variables, it's very clear that I don't want to access local variable. And moreover, I specified one situation. Clearly observe this one. We have same set of variables at local and at class level. This one we have to recognize. In this situation only we are going to use this keyword. For example, different class level variables at a local and at a, we are going to use this keyword. When we have same set of class level, there to access local variable, there to access class level variables, it's a program that we are able to use now. And one more extension point here I'm telling to you, don't worry, observe carefully. This is okay, small program here I've taken, but I want to go for one more point. I want to give extra one more point. Now try to recognize this clearly. Just I want to remove this part here. I want to remove this. Observe carefully. One more point here I'm telling there clearly. Guys, those who are attending in online, is my voice is clear to all of you? I think it's very clear. Is my voice is clear to all of you? No response, guys. Please confirm to me. Is my voice is clear to all of you? Yes. Okay. Let us check this one. Manageable. Background noise, I think so. It's not coming. Clear. Right, yes. So let me check one more point here. Now try to observe this clearly. For example, I have taken class K. Inside this class K, int I is equal to 10, int j is equal to 20. Nice. This is class K. I want to take it as a super class. Class B extends A. What's the meaning of it, guys? Now tell me. Class B extends A. What's the meaning of it? Now tell me. Which class is super class and which class is subclass? Class A is a super, class B is a sub. That we know already. Extends keyword, inheritance, right? A is a super and B is what? Sub. Good. Here, int I is equal to 30, int j is equal to 40. Int I is equal to 30, int j is equal to 40. Please observe carefully. Superclass. At superclass and at subclass, same set of variables are taken with different values. At superclass and subclass, same set of variables. Variable names are same. Values are different. Okay, fine. Next one is at subclass I have taken constructor. Inside this constructor again I'm taking same set of variables int I, int j. Observe carefully. Okay. Then in our main class and main method, b small b is equal to new b of your parameterial constructor here we have taken. So we have to access the same parameterial constructor. So here what I have to provide now 50, 60 here I provide it. Observe carefully 50, 60. Good. Now listen carefully. Inside this constructor I'm trying to write system.out.println. System.out.println of I plus space j. I'm trying to display I value and j value. System.out.println of I space j. I value and j value. Both I am trying to display. Observe carefully. Both I value and j value I am trying to display. Now check it, guys. What exactly that output here we are going to get now? What is that output? Harsha. What is that output here we are going to get now? Tell me. Classroom change. Is on the guys, 1 minute wait. 1 minute wait. Guys, now tell me. What's the value here? We are able to get here, no? 50, 60. Value would be like what? No, 50 and 60. Output is 50 and 60. Why? Because we know already. Whenever we are trying to access I variable and j variable like this without using any other keyword, if we access I and j, first compile and j will search for them at local. At local, I and j variables are available directly. That values will be accessed. If I and j are not available at local, then compile and JVM will search for that I and j at a class level. If they're not available at class level, then I and j will be searched at which level? Superclass level. This is a searching process. Okay. Now again, 50 and 60 values are available as local variables. Directly that values are going to be displayed. That's okay, fine. Now let me compile and execute. Compiled successfully and executed. Now here we are getting like which values here? No, 50 and 60 values here we are getting. That's okay, fine. Next one is what? After that, after completion of this, what next one here? Observe carefully. After completion of this, my requirement is I display local variable values here. That's okay. But over these local variables, I want to access class level variables. That's my requirement. I want to access which variables? No, class level variables. I have the same set of variables at local and at a class level. Over the local variables, I want to access class level variables. So what I have to use now? System.out.println of system.out.println. Can I use directly I space j like this? Can I use like this? If I use like this, again 50 and 60 will be displayed or not? But I want to access 30 and 40. I want to display 30 and 40. So what I have to do? If you want to display 30 and 40, then what I have to do? I have to use which keyword? This keyword here we have to use. So here what I have to do? This dot I space plus this dot j. When I use this dot I and this dot j, automatically class level variable values are going to be displayed or not? Class level first output will be 50, 60. Then this dot and this dot j, in the sense component j will search for them at which level? Class level. Directly here we are able to get 30 and 40 output or not? Okay, 50, 60 first output. Second output is what now? 30 and 40. Now let me check it. Now I want to compile and execute this. Now try to observe this clearly. Compiled successfully, and here we executed. Now the outputs are like what now? 30 and 40. That's okay, fine. Then I have another requirement. Observe carefully. Local variable values are displayed by using this keyword. Class level variable values are displayed. But now I want to access superclass level variables. Superclass variables over the local variables and the current class level variables. Over the local variables and current class level variables, I want to access what? Superclass variables. That's my requirement. To refer current class level variables, we have used this keyword. Now my requirement is what? From the subclass, I want to access superclass variables when I have the same set of variables at a local, at a current class level, and at superclass level. But I want to access superclass variables. If you want to access superclass variables, system.out.println of. If you want to access superclass variables, I space j. If I can I use like this? If I use I and j, what values we are able to get? 50 and 60 local variable values. Okay. Can I use this dot I and this dot j? If I use this dot I and this dot j, what values we are able to get? No, current class variables 30 and 40. But my requirement is what? I value. That means superclass variables, A class variables now. 10 and 20 I want to display. Whenever we want to access superclass variables from the subclass, when we have the same set of variables at local and at class level and at superclass level, there we are going to use another keyword. That keyword would be like what? No, super keyword. What keyword here we have to use there? Super keyword. We have to use like what? No, super keyword. Super dot I, super dot j. Super keyword. TV. Super dot I and super dot j. Okay, 2 minutes. Super dot I and super dot j. Now, if I compile and execute this program, what outputs here we are able to get now? Tell me. First output is what? 30, 40. Sorry, 50, 50 60. First output is what? 50 60. That's okay. Second output is what? 30 40. And next output is what? 10 and 20. Now let me check it. Let me check it. What we are able to get, let me check it. Compiled successfully. Now here we are getting outputs like 50 60 is the first output, 30 40 is the second output, and 10 and 20 are like what now? Third output. That's what we are getting clearly. Okay. Do one thing. I think so some internet fluctuation is coming here. Come to our room number 1. Last time where I had taken the class, no? Go there, then I will come. Guys, just give 2 minutes of time, then I'll change the room because of this internet issue. I will change the room, then within 2 minutes I'll start the class. Just wait here. Guys, please check once. All of you read my voice on screen now. Guys, all of you please check once. All of you read my voice on screen. Now is good. Yeah, that's okay. Right, sir. Then where we are now? So we are understanding like super keyword also I've introduced it clearly. So finally the conclusion is what? Whenever we want to access class level variables over the local variables, when we have same set of variables at class level and at local, where if you want to access class level variables over the local variables, there we are going to use what? This keyword. But when we are going to use super keyword actually, if you want to access, whenever we are having same variables at a super class, current class and a local, there if you want to access super class variables from the child class, there we are going to use like what? No, super keyword. Of course super keyword is not in our context today, but in the flow I given directly that as we are discussing about this keyword and this keyword here, then again here I given like what? No, super keyword. Okay, fine. Now this is a simple example here we can understand. But regularly we are going to use this particular, regularly we are using this particular this keyword while accessing class level variables. Where we are going to use, where we are using regularly, that I'll explain now, don't worry. Now tell me, do you have any awareness on Java beans? Java beans, at least what is Java bean? No need to worry for that, I'll explain that. Java bean is a normal Java class which contains variables and the respective setter methods and getter methods. Set methods and get methods. Set methods can be used to set values to the variable. Get method can be used to get value from the variable. That is the meaning of like what a Java bin. It is a reusable component. Some other definitions are available but not required. In our context, just Java bin class are required. I will take one example. Don't worry for that. Java bin example I'm going to take. Then after that I will move for I will move forward for like what not this keyword. How we are going to use this keyword that I am going to use there. Now try to observe this clearly. I want to take something else like what no class employee. For example, class employee I've taken. Observe carefully. Whenever we are taking employee as an entity, definitely some data of that employee is required or not? Data. So to represent data, what we are going to take, variables we are taking or not? Right? Now in general, which variables here I'm going to take? No, employee number is one variable. Next one is employee name is another variable. Employee salary, for example, and employee address. They are the variables here I want to take. Whenever we are taking these variables, no, Java is a declarative programming language. In Java, every variable has to be declared or not. So now here we have to provide data types. Now employee number in general, I want to take integer value. So I need to take like what no int envo. Next one is ename I want to take as a string in general. Why? Because it's a collection of characters. String I need to take. So here I have to take like what no string. Employee salary in general I want to take as a float. Some dot something also here I want to provide a float. So let me take like what no float e cell. Employee address in general string. Why? Because collection of characters or something else, maybe numbers maybe. So definitely here we have to take it as like what no string. Okay, fine. As per the Java beans rules and regulations, one rule is what? Every variable must be declared as a private variable. I will talk about it. Why private variables are required in Java bean content. To improve encapsulation, private variables must be declared. That's one of the rule actually inside the Java bean classes. So now here every variable I want to declare as like what now private. That means private in the sense these variables must be accessed within the same class. Not possible to access these variables in outside of the class. Okay, now here this is like what private in TNO, private string ename. Next one is like what no private float e cell. Then what next one here private string EADD. Like this here I've taken private variables. Okay. Now I'm going to specify like this. Now tell me, can I access ENO variable in outside of the employee class? Say for example, employee object here I'm going to create. No doubt for that. Employee EMP is equal to EMP employee new EMP. That's okay. Object I created. Can I access EMP.env? Is it possible? Not possible. Why? That variable is what private variable. Private variables are not accessible in outside of the class. So it is not possible here. But I want to assign some value to that variable. If you want to assign some value to that variable, directly we are unable to access like this. emp.envo is equal to 111. Is it possible? Not possible. As it is private, we are unable to access it outside. So to set this type of value to the envo variable, there we are going to take one type of method. That method is a setter method. We are going to take one type of method that is called as like what now setter method. Right. In a Java bean, there is a rule. Every method should be declared as a public. Every variable is private and every method would be public. Now here I'm going to take like what now public void. Return type is void. Now here I want to set value to envo variable. Am I right or not? I want to set value to envo variable. That's why my method name is what? Set envo. Set envo. What's the meaning of it now? To the envo variable, I am going to set a value. Now, if you want to set a value to that variable, I need to take one parameter to this method or not? First value will be sent to parameter. Parameter value will be assigned to class level variable. So now here I want to take like set envo. Now here I will take as a time being. I will take like what no envo1. For example, envo1 r okay directly envo I am going to take. No problem. We'll understand it clearly. My requirement is what? Here if I access emp dot set envo 111 if I pass now. Now tell me this 111 value will come to this parameter variable or class level variable directly? Parameter variable. But I need to set that value to which variable? Class level variable. That to the private variable I need to set value. But this value will come to the temporary variable or not? This is temporary variable in general. So this is like what a parameter variable. To the parameter variable we are going to set this value or not? So first value will come to the parameter variable, but this value must be assigned to like which variable now? Class level variable. Now tell me here, parameter variable name, that means local variable name, class level variable name both are same or different? Now tell me, both the names are same or different? Same. But value will come to the local variable. But I have to assign that value to which variable? No? Class level variable. So what I have to do? I have to assign local variable to class level variable or not? I have to assign local variable value to class level variable value or not? Right, so now check this one clearly. Now, because of that reason, here ENO is equal to ENO. Can I use like this? Now, for example, if I use like this, ENO is equal to ENO, I understood this is class level variable and this is local variable. I understood that. But how compiler will understand that? How JV will understand that which variable is local variable and which variable is class variable? How compiler and JV will understand that? In the point of compiler, whenever we provided ENO and ENO, always first it will search, compiler and JV will search at local. That local ENO is available or not? Okay, now it's what's going to be happen to the same local variable value is assigned. Again, the same value, 111 value will be assigned to the local variable only. If you are trying to display the class level variable value, 0 value will come there. Why? Because we are not assigning that value. So here, my thinking is what? This variable, left side variable is what? Class level variable value. Class level variable. Now, right side variable is what now? Right side variable is what now? It's a like local variable value. So I am passing the value from local variable to class level. So definitely here I have to use this keyword or not? At which side I have to use this keyword? Left side or right side? Left side or right side? Think and give the answer. This variable or this variable? For equal left side or right side? This variable, right? No, we are trying to assign which value to which value. Now tell me, local variable value to class level variable value. First of all, tell me, 111 value will come to which variable? Local variable. I need to assign that value to which variable? Class level variable. Now here assignment will work from right to left or not? Assignment will work from right to left. So I thought this variable is what? Local variable. And this variable is what? Class level variable. No. So I need to access class level here. If you want to access class level, so we have to use this keyword. This keyword we have to use at which side? No. Before equal or after equal? Now tell me, two colors are appearing here. Two colors are identified or not? ENO. This one at equal in this expression. Yellow color variable or blue color variable? Which one is local variable? Tell me. Local variable is yellow color. Am I right or not? This one is what? ENO is what? This blue color variable is what? Class level variable. So if we want to access class level variable, there only we have to use this keyword. Now we have to use this keyword at which side? Before equal or after equal? That means before equal variable or after equal variable? Yeah, I'm telling there clearly this variable, this dot ENO. Why? Because I'm trying to assign the value from local variable to class level variable. If I'm trying to assign the value from local variable to class level variable value, in the sense, this dot ENO is referring like what? No, class level. ENO is what? No, local. Because of that reason, this keyword we have to use at which side? No, left side only. Okay, fine. Now okay, we understood clear. Now tell me, in Java bean classes, whenever we are writing setter methods, there this keyword requirement is coming or not? This keyword is required to write or not? To refer class level variables while assigning the value from local variable to class level, right? We need to use this keyword or not? Okay, now this is setter method here, we can understand clearly. That's okay, fine, good, nice. Next one is, I want to get that value also. Now value is available to this ENO. I want to get that value also. If you want to get value, can I use directly like this here? Sysnot.out.println of emp.eno. Can I use like this? Is it possible? As ENO variable is a private variable, is it possible to access it outside of the class employee? Not possible. Not possible. Not possible. So again, whenever it is not possible, then what we have to do? Through the method only we are able to get it. Through the method only we are able to get it. Am I right or not? So to get the value of the ENO, I'm going to take a method. One more method here I'm going to take. That method would be like what? No, public int get ENO method. Then inside this, what I will do? Simply I will write like what? No, return ENO. Now again I'm telling you, written directly I'm using ENO, not using this keyword. So which variable it is? No. I don't have any parameter variable envo. Whenever we are not having parameter variable envo, then directly this envo is what? Class level variable or not? Directly class level. That's why directly only one variable is available inside this method. So no local variable. Directly we can use directly its name without using this keyword. When we are going to use this keyword, when we have same set of variables at local and at the class level. To refer class level variable, there only we are going to use this keyword. If you are having different variables at local and class level, not required to use this keyword, directly the class level variable here we can access. Got my point or not? Okay, now tell me, env is a variable. To set value to that en variable, we have taken set method. To get value from that variable, we have taken what method? Get method here we have taken. So for every variable, if you write set method and get method, then the respective class is called as like what? No, Java bean class. The respective class is what? Java bean class. Now in Java bean classes, especially in setter methods, it is required to use this keyword or not? Use case I'm telling there. Utilization of this keyword here I'm telling there. Okay, fine. Now tell me, remaining how many variables are available now? 3 more variables are available. Similarly, the remaining variables, now tell me how I'm going to write the set method and get method. Can you tell me now? Public, now tell me, public void, what is that next method? Set ename. Then here I need to take a parameter variable or not? In setter method parameter is required. In getter method no parameter is required. So now string ename I have taken. Now tell me, inside this method what I have to write? Now tell me, value will come to local variable. That local variable value will be assigned to the class level or not? Now tell me, what is that intersection here I have to write now? What I write? This dot ename is equal to ename. That we have to get immediately. In your mind we have to get it. Now get method here I have to write or not to get the value from that variable. Now tell me, what is that one again? A public void, sorry, public public string get ename, public string get ename. Now inside this what we have to write there? Return. Simply we can write like what? Ename. Not required to use this keyword. This keyword is required when we have same set of variables at the local and at class level. That's okay, fine. Next one. Now tell me, next variable is what? Eval variable. Then what I have to write now? Tell me, public. You have to tell me public void, what next one? Set eval of parameters required or not? What is that parameter there now? Float eval. Then inside this what we have to do now? Tell me what we have to write now? Value will come to the local variable, but value must be assigned to the class level variable or not? Understand my point here? So what I have to write now? This dot eval is equal to eval. Nice. Then what next one? Get method here we have to write or not? Get method public float. What next one again? No, get eval. Then inside this what we have to do? No, return eval. That's okay. Last variable is available. What is that last variable? No, EADDR is available. Now let me use that. EADDR. Observe carefully. Public void. What next now? Set EADDR. Now inside this what we have to write? String EADDR. Then inside this what we have to write there? This dot EADDR is equal to EADDR. Then what next one here? Getter method here I have to write public string get EADDR. Public string get EADDR. Then inside this, then what we have to do now? Return EADDR. So finally all setter methods and getter methods are completed or not? Now I want to display, just I'm checking that I want to display that values, each and every value. Now let's observe this clearly. First of all, inside this main class and main method, I created an object for employee. All of you observe carefully. While creating an object for employee here, I called constructor or not? This is constructor call or not? This is constructor call. Have I written any constructor inside this class employee? But did you have any constructor inside this class employee? Think and give answer. Do you have any constructor inside this class employee? Constructor is available or not? It's available. If you are not writing any constructor, then one constructor will come to class employee or not? Which constructor will come to class employee? Default constructor. Which constructor? No, default constructor. In the last constructors topic I given that. If you are not writing any constructor explicitly, definitely compiler will add one constructor to the class employee. That constructor is called as like what? No, default constructor. Definitely default constructor is existed here. Okay, fine. Now observe this clearly. So finally employee object here we created. Then after that emp.set envo 111 value we set to do envo variable. Next one is what? No, emp.set set e name, something else, yeah, that a value I want to provide. Emp dot set e cell, then here what we are going to be provided there now, set e cell something else, some 50,000 something else here I want to provide. Okay, then what next one here, emp dot set eaddr, something else here I want to provide some value here. Totally we provided some data or not, employee object here have taken where we set the data. Okay, by using these set methods we are setting the data to the variables. Now I want to get the data, I want to display the same employee data. To display the same employee data here, what I will do there, observe carefully, system dot out dot println of, system dot out dot println of. Now here I want to provide like what now, employee details, system dot out dot println of line space here I'm providing. Then after that, system dot out dot println of employee number, just I want to display some values here, plus then where is that one, how we are going to, I want to display employee number now, 111 value I want to display. So is it possible to use directly emp dot envo again? Now tell me, is it possible to access emp dot envo? Possible or not possible? Not possible, as we declare it as a private, it is not possible. But if you want to get envo value, which method here we have to access now? Get method is available or not? Getter method for every variable, setter method, getter method. Setter method is set to the data. Already we have seen that. But by using getter method, we are getting the data. So now here, what we have to do here? What we have to do now? Emp dot. What we have to do now? Get envo. Get envo. Directly here we are able to get the value of the envo variable. Next one is like what? System dot out println of employee name. Employee name. Now tell me what I have to use, employee name, in the sense I need to access getter method or not? Get ename method here we have to access. Where it is in employee class. So here what we have to do now? Emp dot what next one? Get ename. Emp dot get ename. Next one is what now? System dot out println of employee salary. Employee salary. Now tell me here what we have to do now? Emp dot what method now? Get sal method is available or not? Get e cell method is existed here. Next one is what now? System dot out println of employee address. Employee address. Now tell me here what we are able to provide there. Emp dot get eaddr. So just I created employee object. By using set methods I set the data. By using get methods I'm trying to get the data. Okay, fine. Now tell me, if I compile and execute this program, what output can I'm able to get now? All employee details are going to be displayed or not? All employee details are going to be displayed or not? If I compile and execute this one, definitely we are able to get like what? All employee details. Now let me check it. Java C space test.java. Compiled successfully. Java space test. All employee details here we are getting or not? So this is an example where we are able to use this keyword. So mainly, then why I'm taking the Java beans is an example here. Inside the Java beans, for every variable we have to write set method. While writing set method, local variable name and class level variable name both are same in general. In that situation, I have to pass the data from local variable to class level variable. To pass the value from local variable to class level variable, we need to refer the class level variable separately. To refer class level variable over the local variable, we have to use which keyword? This keyword. Understand why I'm taking this example? In Java bean class, for every variable I have to write set method. Set method is to set data to the variable. If you write set method, there we have to take a local parameter. That local parameter name and class level variable name may be same. In that situation, I have to transfer the data from local variable to class level variable. To refer the data from local variable to class level variable, I have to refer class level variable separately over the local variable. To refer class level variable over the local variable, there we have to use which keyword there now? This keyword. This is the requirement to use this particular example clearly. Right, sir. This is completed. So how to refer class level variables by using this keyword? That part we completed. Okay. Right. Now let's come for this next one. What is this next utilization here? Now tell me. To refer current class methods. To refer what? Current class methods. Very, very small topic. Understand it clearly. To refer current class methods. Observe carefully, guys. Directly, I want to use the syntax. No, if you want to refer current class methods, just we can use like what? No, this dot method name parameters. If you have any parameters there, we can pass that parameter list. That's it. This is syntax. This dot method name parameter values. If you want to pass, if you have any parameters there, we can pass that one. That's it. Automatically, we are able to access current class methods. But this is very, very rare utilization. No specific reason to use this particular topic. Concept is available. That's why I'm discussing about it. But exact requirement of this keyword is that while referring variables. Understand this. So this method references. That means accessing method by using this keyword is a very, very rare requirement. Even almost all neglectable. But anyway, conceptual, I'm discussing about it. Now try to understand it clearly. All right. So now this is a syntax for this. Then let me take one simple example for that. Very simple example. Now try to understand this. Simple. Only concept wise, possibility wise, I'm telling there. Now try to understand this. No. For example, class K. Here we are taken class K. I have taken that. Now inside this class K, void M1 method here I have taken. Inside class K, void M1 method. Inside this M1 method, just what I'm trying to do now, system dot out dot println of system dot out dot println of M1A. Okay. Now here, void M2 method. Inside this void M2 method, system dot out dot println of M2A. Observe carefully. Now my requirement is what? I want to access M1 method from main method. If you want to access M1 method from main method, then what we have to do? I want to access A class members in outside of class A. So I have to create an object for class A or not? We have to create an object for class K. So here what we have to do? A small a is equal to new A. A small a is equal to new A. Object we created. Then after that we need to access A dot M1 method or not? Okay, fine. Now what is that output here we are getting? Which output here we are getting there? Only we are calling which method? M1 method. Only which method will be executed? Only M1 method will be executed. If I execute only M1 method, which output here we are getting? No. M1 output here we are able to get. Now let me check it. M1 output here we are getting. That's okay, good. Now my requirement is what? When I access A dot M1 method, flow of execution will come to M1 method, where it is displaying that M1A. That's okay. From this method, from M1 method, I want to call M2 method. From M1 method, I want to call which method? M2 method. Directly we can call like this. Without using any keyword, directly we can call like this M2. Observe carefully. Directly we can call M2. Then which output we are able to get now? Tell me. First output, as we call A dot M1 method, M1A output here we are getting. As we call M2 method here, which output here we are able to get now? M2A. M2 method is also executed now. So two outputs here we are able to get. What are the two outputs now? M1A, then what next one? M2A. M1A and M2A. M1 and M2A. That's okay, good. Now here the point is what? Current class method we are calling without using any keyword or not? From M1 method we are calling M2 method. Current class method we are calling without using any keyword. But now the possibility, what I am telling there, we can call current class methods by using this keyword also. We can call current class method by using this keyword also. This is one option, that's it. Without using this keyword also we can call, but with this keyword also we can call. Now here what I am telling there, this dot M2 method. This one also we can use. But option, that's it. It's not much useful concept in our application development, but optionally here I'm telling there, either we can call directly or we can use this keyword. Either of things are possible. Now tell me, what's the final output here we are getting now? What's the final output? If I execute this program, then what is that output here we are getting? First output is what? M1A. Then how many times we called M2 method? 2 times we called M2 method. So 2 outputs will get M2A, M2A like this. 2 times we are getting output or not? Definitely. Let me compile and execute this. 2 times here we are getting now. So this is not much useful concept, but to access current class variables, we are able to use which keyword? This keyword. To access current class variables, we are able to use which keyword? This keyword. That's the point here I'm telling there. Simple example here I'm telling now. That's okay, fine. Okay, fine. Right. Then what about the next one here? The third alternative, third option to use this keyword is what now? Overall 4 options are available. To refer current class variables, we understood. To refer current class methods here, we understood. Then what is the next one here now? To refer current class constructors. This is very, very important. The first class level variables and constructors. These two are very, very important. We have to understand this clearly. Guys, are able to sit or you want to take break? Can I continue? Right, nice. To refer current class constructors. How we are going to refer current class constructors? No, what would be the syntax to refer current class constructors here? This parenthesis semicolon. Here we can write parameter values. This is syntax. This parenthesis. Up to now we have used this dot something, but this time we are using this parenthesis where might be square braces. Their parameter list here we can provide. Here parameter list is optional actually. Depending on the constructor what we are calling, we are going to pass the parameter. If zero argument constructor if you want to call, then we have to pass one parameter value. 2 parameters constructor if you want to call, then we have to pass 2 parameters. A zero argument constructor you want to call, don't pass any parameter. One parameter constructor if you want to call, one parameter value here we have to pass. Like this here we have to do now. That's okay, good. Through programmatically I'll explain that how we are going to use this particular one. See this clearly. All of you observe carefully. Class A, simple. This is like what now? Zero argument constructor here I want to take it. System.out.println of a zero arg con. A zero arg con. Just I'm displaying that value. A class zero argument constructor. Good. Now here I want to take a int parameterized constructor. Okay. System.out.println of a int param con. Similarly, I want to take a float f. System.out.println of a float param con. Okay. Next one is a double D. Then here what I will provide system.out.println of system.out.println of a double param con. Guys, now tell me in class K how many constructors I have taken? Check it. How many constructors I have taken? 4 constructors I have taken. Zero argument constructor, into parameters constructor, float parameter constructor, and a double parameter constructor. Overall, 4 constructors I have taken. Observe carefully. Now in main class and main method, I'm trying to create object for class K. A small a is equal to new a. I'm trying to create object for class K. While creating object for class K, I accessed one constructor or not? I accessed one constructor. Which constructor here I call now? Is a zero argument constructor or into parameters constructor Float parameter constructor or double parameter constructor. Which constructor here we called? Zero argument constructor here we called. Good. So now tell me, if I compile and execute this program, what is that output here we are able to get? Which output here we are able to get now? Tell me. Is that only a zero or constructor or all the values here we are getting? Is that only a zero or con or all the values? Only a zero or con. Why? Because we called only that constructor. While creating object, we access it only that constructor. So here we are able to get only a zero or constructor. Let me check it. Java C space test.java. Compiled successfully. Java space test. What's the value here we are getting there? A 0 arg con here we are getting. That's okay, good. But my requirement is what? When I access zero argument constructor, flow of execution will come to a zero argument constructor. From this zero argument constructor, I want to access integer parameters constructor. From zero argument constructor, I want to call current class constructor. That is integer constructor. Integer parameters constructor, I want to access it. Exactly. This parenthesis. Now, if we provide this off like this, no parameter value here we provided. It means that it is referring which constructor? Zero argument constructor. But I want to refer which constructor? Parameterized constructor. So, which parameterized constructor? Integer parameterized constructor I want to refer. So, I need to pass integer value or not? Simple, sir. Here, if you pass int value, integer parameterized constructor will be executed. If you pass float value, float parameter constructor will be executed. If you pass double value, double parameter constructor will be executed. Now here I passed only integer value here. So now tell me, if I run this program, what will be the output here we are getting? Think and give answer. Whenever we are calling this, whenever we executed this zero argument constructor, flow of execution will come to this one. Inside this, what is that first one? This of 10. This of 10 is coming. That means it is calling which constructor? Integer parameter constructor. So flow of execution will come to what? This constructor will be executed or not? So output, first output is what? A into param gone. First output is what? A into param gone. Then after that, when this constructor is executed, flow of execution will come back to this statement or not? Now here, which output here we are getting now? Second output, a zero argument constructor. So what is the total output now? A into param con. Then what next one? A zero organ. Oh, see this, see this. If I run this one, here we are able to get output. A into param gone. Then what next one here? A zero argument. Good. Observe carefully. When I call the zero argument constructor, flow of execution will come to zero argument constructor. Inside this of 10 is available. That means it is calling into parameters constructor. Flow of execution will come to A into parameters constructor. But here my requirement is from into parameters constructor, I want to call float parameters constructor. From into parameters constructor, I want to call other current class constructor. So which keyword here I have to use now? This keyword, this of. If I provide into value, into parameter constructor. But if I provide float value, float parameter constructor. 20.22f. What is this value? Float value or double value? Float value. Okay, good. Now tell me, if I run this program, what output here we are able to get? Now tell me. Think and give answer. Exactly. A float param constructor. Next one is A into parameters constructor. Next one, A zero argument constructor. Say for example, this of 33.333. D for example. D stands for double. Without D also, we can treat it as a double. Now tell me, what is the output here we are able to get? A double parameters constructor, A float parameters constructor, A into parameter constructor. Next one, A zero argument constructor. What happened? When I execute this, first JVM will come to the main method. JVM will execute this object creation statement, where JVM will call which constructor? Zero argument constructor. Flow of execution will come to what? Zero argument constructor. Inside zero argument constructor, what is available here? This of 10. That means we are referring which constructor? Into parameter constructor. Flow of execution will come to into parameter constructor. Inside this into parameter constructor, what is available here now? This of 22.22f. That means we are referring float parameter constructor. Flow of execution will come to what? Float parameter constructor. Now it will identify what? This of 33.333. This of double value. Then flow of execution will come to what? Double parameter constructor. Inside this watch, inside this Cessna output a double param con. So first output is what? A double param con. When this constructor execution is completed, flow of execution will come to the caller constructor or not? Then it will come to this statement here. This statement. Why? Because this statement, this of 33.333 is completed. Then will come to this statement. System output of a float param con. This is a second output. So when this constructor execution is completed, flow of execution will come to the caller constructor or not? The caller construct is what? Into parameter constructor. So now it will be executed. System output println of a into param con. So now here we are getting output is like what now? A into param con. When this construct execution is completed, flow of execution will come to what? That zero argument constructor, remaining part of the zero argument constructor. That will be like what now? System output println of a zero argument constructor. So overall, a zero argument constructor. First output is, see, flow of execution will come to this one. Because of this of 10, it will come to here. Because of this of 22.22, it will come here. Because of this of 33.33, it will come here. So it will be executed totally. A double param constructor. Flow of execution will come to next statement of this of 33.33. Next statement is what now? System output of a float param con. Then after that, next it was complete. Because of this of 33.33, only flow of execution will come to this one. By the execution of this statement, only flow of execution is coming to double parameter constructor. Means that this statement is completed. When this statement is completed, flow of execution will come to next statement of that. What is that next statement here? A float param con. Okay. When this constructor is completed, then flow of execution will come to the next statement of this of 22.2tf. Because of this statement, this constructor is called. So that's why when this constructor execution is completed, then it will come to the next statement of that statement. So that it will come to system dot will of a into param. No. Then after that, what next one here? Flow of execution will come to zero argument constructor, where a zero argument constructor will be displayed. So total output is what? A double param con, a float param con, a into param con, a zero argument con. Right? Let me check it. That's an output. Here we are getting that. That's okay, fine. Observe carefully. How do you access another constructor? By main method. From main method, we have to create another object with respect to constructor. What will happen? Which constructor will call? Into parameter constructor. Like this, any number of constructors here we can call. Create object. Create object for the same class in another constructor. It will come. Okay. Okay, fine. Now here we executed this. Let me pair up this. Okay, program is also be okay. Now I will have small modification in my program, but you have to trace that output. Okay, ready for this. Think and give answer. Don't give blind answers. No, think and give answers. Not required to write notes, sir. I'll share this document. Now just we are calling zero argument constructor here. Now in the previous example, I have written this keyword above the SOP statement. Now I have written this statement after this SOP statement. What is your expectation now? A zero argument constructor, then a into parameter constructor, then a float param con, then a double con. So overall output is what? A zero argument constructor, a into param constructor, a float param constructor, a double constructor. Okay, let me check it. Check it. Huh. Read this statement. Read this statement. Call to this must be first constructor. This is the condition here we have to follow. What is the condition here? Note number one. If we want to access current class constructor by using this keyword, then the respective this statement must be the first statement. Otherwise, compilation error will come. This is a condition. Why it is a condition? In a super keyword, we will understand it. Not now. It may have some internal concept. I'll explain that while in a super keyword. But as of now, if you want to access current class constructor by using this keyword, then the respect to this statement must be the first statement. Otherwise, we are able to get compilation error. That point is clear or not? Okay, good. We understood that. Next, one more point here I'm telling there. I want to be in original position in this program. Not like this. I want to take some other. Listen carefully. One more condition here I'm trying to provide. Put more concentration. For example, I have class K. Inside this class K, zero argument constructor here I've taken. Okay, good. Now zero argument constructor here I've taken. System dot out dot println of a zero arg con. That's okay, fine. Next one is after that I'm going to take a int I. Then inside this system dot out dot println of a int param con. Then after that void m1 method. Now get system dot out dot println of a m1 method. Good. Observe carefully. Now inside this main class and main method, a small a is equal to new a. Object I created. Okay. Then after that I called m1 method. Inside this m1 method, what I'm trying to do, this of 10 I have written. I'm trying to call into parameterized constructor. Observe carefully. When I create object for class K, here we call which constructor? Zero argument constructor. So output, first output would be a zero arg con. Next we are calling what? A dot m1 method. So flow of execution will come to which method? M1 method. Sysnot out dot println of M1A. Next one, what we are calling this of 10. Is it possible? Is it possible? What we are able to get? Error or no error? Error or no error? Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Error or no error? Java C space test.java. What is this now? Called this must be first statement. Okay. So what I have to do? I have to keep this one before the SOP statement. Now tell me, what is that output? First we are creating an object for class A, zero argument constructor, a zero arg con. Next we are calling what? A dot m1 method. Flow of execution will come to what? M1 method. Here what we are calling there? This of 10. This of 10 in the sense? A into param con. Second output is what? A into param con. Then after that, when this constructor execution is completed, flow of execution will come to next statement of this statement or not? SOP of what? A m1 method. So what is the final output? A zero arg con. Next one, A into paramgon. Next one is what? A M1 method. A M1 method. Come on, read this error. Call to, this must be first statement in. That is important. So if you want to call present class constructor by using this keyword, the respective this statement must be written inside the another constructor only, not in normal Java method. By using this keyword, if you want to refer current class constructor, then it is happened from the another constructor only, not from normal Java methods. Not possible to use this keyword to refer current class constructors from the Java methods. It is possible to refer current class constructors by using this keyword in the another constructor only. Condition. This is condition. So here, what is the condition here? I'm telling here. Observe carefully. Note 2. If we want to access, or if we want to access current class constructor by using this keyword, keyword, then the respective this statement must be provided in another constructor of the current class. Okay, not in normal Java method. Not in normal Java method. We must provide that this statement inside the another constructor only, not in like what, no normal Java method. All of you understand? Getting my point or not? They are the two conditions here we have to follow. But one more conclusion here I'm telling there. Now try to understand it clearly. Very first one. Yeah. In this program, observe carefully. We are calling this constructor here. Which constructor here we called? Zero argument constructor. Flow of execution is coming to zero argument constructor. Because of this statement, flow of execution will come to into parameter constructor. Because of this statement, flow of execution will come to float parameter constructor. Because of this statement, flow of execution will come to double parameter constructor. When double parameter constructor execution is completed, flow of execution written back to the caller constructor or not? Written back to the float parameter constructor or not? When this float parameter constructor execution is completed, flow of execution is coming back to the into parameters constructor or not? When into parameters constructor execution is completed, flow of execution is coming to the zero argument constructor or not? That means now tell me, all the constructors are executed in a chain fashion or not? All the constructors are executed in a chain fashion or not? So that's why this topic is called as constructor chaining. The name is what? Constructor chaining. Interviewer may ask this question there. What is constructor chaining? What is constructor chaining? If we come for this point, if we access more than one current class constructors by using this keyword in a chain fashion, then it is called as constructor chaining. That's it. Not more, just it is a terminology. It is not like any other concept here. Just we are calling all the constructors in a chain fashion by using this keyword. That's why it is called as like what, no? Constructor chaining. It's not much important point here. Just terminology is available. The terminology here I provided clearly. That's okay, fine. This is one point. One more point I'm telling to you. Now try to understand this clearly. In this example, in a class K, I have taken how many constructors now? 4 constructors here we declared or not? 4 constructors here we declared. Now tell me, all 4 constructors are having same name or not? Name is same or not? Parameter list is different or not? Different parameters, name is same. If more than one method with the same name with a different parameter list, then it is called as overloading. Am I right or not? Method overloading. Now here more than one constructor with the same name with a different parameter list, then this concept is called as what? Constructor overloading. then this concept is called as what? Constructor overloading. If it is a method, method overloading. If it is a constructor, then it is what? Constructor overloading. So this is overall information about how to refer current class constructors by using what? This keyword. Good, sir. Last option. What is this last option here? No, about this statement. What is the last one here? I'm telling there. Yeah. To return current class object. Rarely we are going to use this, but utilization is very much frequent. But let me explain this point clearly. To return current class object. Listen carefully. Last part. To return current class object. I want to return current class object from a method. First of all, without using this code, I'm done there. I want to, or otherwise, syntax is what? Let me write that syntax. Then after that, we'll go for it. Return this. That's it. Return this. Okay, fine. Let's come for this another point here. I want to return current class object from a method. That's a point here. Then how it is possible? Class I have taken. I want to return current class object. So I need to take a method. M1 method here I'm taking. For example, from this method I want to return current class object. If you want to return current class object, return type should be the class name or not. If you want to return integer value, integer return type. If you want to return a float value, float is a return type. Now I want to return a class object. So return type for that method is what? A. If you want to return a class object, then a should be the return type. If you want to return b class object, b should be the return type. If you want to return some string object, string should be the return type. So return type of this method is what? A. Once a is the return type of this M1 method, this method must return a class object. Mandatory. This method must return a class object. So immediately inside this method, what I have to do? A small a is equal to new a. Then after that, return a. Am I right or not? We must return. Once you specify a is the return type for a method, that method must return the respective class object. Mandatory. Okay. Instead of writing like this, no, can I shortcut? Can I write shortcutly in a shortcut manner? Just I want to write only this part here. That means I created object here. I assign that reference value to a, and the a value here I assign. Instead of writing this a, what I want to write now, just I want to remove this. In place of a, simply I want to write new a. This is object creation statement only. Whatever the reference value generated, instead of assigning that reference value to a variable, directly I am returning that value. Same or not? So now here object is returned from this M1 method or not? Okay, good. Listen carefully. Both are okay, sir. If you are getting confusion for that, now here we can use like this. A small a is equal to new a. Then you can use like what? No, a. Both are same. Okay, fine. Observe carefully. Observe carefully. A small a is equal to new a. This a is up to this method M1. This a is up to this M1 main method. Okay, both are not same. Of course, names are same, but both are two different methods. Okay. Now tell me, guys. System dot out dot println of a. If I display this, reference value of object will be displayed or not? Reference value of that object will be displayed or not? Okay, fine. Observe carefully. See, just I want to show this output here. Remember, this is reference value for which class object? No, a class object. This is the meaning here we are getting. Whenever I'm trying to display reference variable, no, this value here will come. Internally, toString method will be executed. The result of toString method only we are getting the class name at the rate symbol, reference value that we are getting. Okay, good, nice. Listen carefully. One line space here I want to provide. System.out.println. Okay. Next one is what I'm trying to do now. System.out.println of, listen carefully. A dot M1 method. A dot M2 method. M1 method. A dot M1 method. Now tell me, how many times I called M1 method here? 3 times. 3 times I called M1 method. So definitely 3 times we are going to get output or not. So here my question is, all three times whenever we are calling M1 method, 3 times we called M1 method, all 3 times JVM is creating new object for class K or same object reference value is written. See, M1 method is returning reference value of object. 3 times different objects are created or only one object reference value is written every time? One object reference. That means simply what I'm asking that this output is different, sure. In all second 3 times, output is same or different? If we say same output, no, one object will be created, same object reference value will be written. If we say different outputs, no, 3 different objects are created, 3 different reference values are going to be written. Now tell me, what is your answer here? Last 3 times, output is same or different? Same output or different output? You are saying same, right? Observe carefully. Same or different? Same or different? Different output. Why? Because, listen carefully. First, when JVM encounter this intersection, JVM will create a class object. Different reference value will be created, that value will be displayed. For example, A111, assume it. When we call A.M1 method, flow of execution will come to M1 method or not? Inside this, JVM will encounter the statement separately or not? That means JVM executes new keyword or not? Once JVM is executing new keyword, in the sense different object will be created, different reference value will be created, that reference value here will be written. Say for example, its value would be A22. Why? Because the written value will come to this SOP statement only, A222. Again, we are calling that SOP of A.M1 method or not? Again, flow of execution will come to M1 method or not? Again, JVM will encounter new keyword or not? Again, new object is created or not? Again, new reference value is generated or not? Again, new reference value is written to that SOP statement or not? Say here, reference value would be A333. Again, we are calling A.M1 method. Again, flow of execution will come to M1 method. Again, JVM will execute new keyword. By the execution of new keyword, another object will be created. Another reference value will be written. Another reference value will come to SOP statement. Now here we are able to get output is what now? A444 for example. That value is example wise I'm telling there. So now tell me, how many objects are created for class K in this program totally? How many objects are created? 4 objects are created or not? One is we created manually, and remaining 3 are through M1 method we called or not? So almost all 4 objects are created or not? Out of 4 objects, 3 objects are created by calling M1 method 3 times or not? So 4 different outputs here we are getting or not? Observe carefully. 4 different outputs here we are getting. If we compile and execute this, here we are getting 4 different outputs. How many times JVM encounter new keyword? That many objects will be created. One time if we execute new keyword, 1 object. 10 times if we execute new keyword, 10 objects. 100 times if we execute new keyword, 100 objects. Of course, you write that new keyword only one time. But how many times JVM executing that new keyword, that many number of objects will be created in Java. So overall 4 times JVM executes this new keyword, 4 objects are created. Now tell me, all these objects are duplicate objects or not? Same class objects only, duplicate objects or not? When a duplicate objects are increased, automatically memory occupation will be increased or not? Memory will be consumed more or not? When memory is consumed more, automatically memory scarcity will come or not? The space scarcity will come or not? Out of bounds will come or not? Out of memory will come or not? That's my point here now. So to overcome this problem, we have to go for memory optimization. Memory optimization in the sense, we have to go for, instead of creating duplicate objects, I want to reuse the same object. I want to get which object? No, same object I want to return every time. That means in this example, 3 times we call M1 method, 3 times new objects are created. But my requirement is not like that. What is my requirement? No, 3 times we are calling M1 method, but only the same object reference I want to return. Every time I don't want to create object. Every time I don't want to create the object, Whatever the object it was created, that object only I want to return every time here. If you want to return the same object reference value every time, especially and which reference value we called m1 method, and here reference value we called m1 method, that reference only I want to return every time. If you want to return that reference value every time, there we have to use this keyword. There we have to use what? This keyword. A m2 method here I will take. I will show it practically. A m2 method. Now inside this, simply we have to use return this. That's it. Return this. That's it. Now let me check it. I want to take like what? No, one SOP statement here. System dot out dot println, one space here I want to provide. Then after that, system dot out dot println of a dot m2 method. System dot out dot println of a dot m2 method. System dot out dot println of a dot m2 method. Now observe carefully. How many times I called m2 method? 3 times I called m2 method or not? And which reference I called m2 method? A reference. A value is what? A111. So listen carefully. Whenever we are calling m2 method, flow of execution will come to m2 method. Here it identifies what? Return this. Return this in the sense, and which reference variable we called m2 method, same reference value will be written. And which reference variable we called m2 method, same reference value will be written. Now tell me on which reference we called m2 method? A. A reference value is what? A111. Now here the output is what? A111. Again we are calling a dot m2 method. Flow of execution will come to m2 method. Written what? This. This in the sense current object. Current object is what? A. And A only we called it. So A value is what now? A111. Again what is the value here we are able to get now? A111. Next one, a dot m2 method. Again m2 method. Written this. And which reference we called m2 method? Same reference value here we are able to get. So here what is that value here we are able to get now? A111. That means outputs difference if we identify. First output is A111. Next 3 outputs are different. Last 3 outputs are same as first output. Last 3 outputs are what? Same as first output. Now let me check it. Compiled successfully. Executed. Now observe clearly first output is what? C264. Remaining 3 outputs are different. Last 3 outputs are what now? C264. Now tell me, M1 and M2 methods here we have taken. In M1 method, new keyword we have used. In M2 method, this keyword we have used. Now tell me, new keyword and this keyword, which one is providing object duplication? Object duplication, M1 or M2? M1 method. Which keyword, which method is providing object optimization? Means that means what I'm doing? Redundancy, object redundancy. That means eliminating duplicates now. Which method is reducing number of objects now? Which method is removing duplicate objects now? M2 method. So by using this keyword, we can avoid the duplicate objects creation or not? By using this keyword, we can avoid duplicate object creation or not? That is another advantage of like what now? This keyword. Answer my point clearly. So whenever we want to return the same object reference value every time calling of this particular method, there we have to use like what no? This keyword. There we have to use like what no? This keyword. That's enough. This is about like what no? Another utilization of this keyword. Object optimization and object duplication. By using new keyword, every time new object will be created. By using this keyword, every time the same object reference on which we call that method, same reference value will be written. Which one will improve memory? No, this keyword or new keyword? Memory utilization will be improved on which keyword? This keyword or new keyword? This keyword. This keyword is able to improve memory utilization. It is able to optimize the number of objects. So this is what exactly the meaning. Fourth option of like what now? This keyword. So this is overall information about this keyword. No. How many times we executed new keyword? Every time different memory will be allocated. But in the case of this, no, in the case of this, what happened? It is very clear that written this in the sense current object. Current object is what? This is current object. On which reference we are calling M2 method, that is current object. That reference value will be written every time. It will not allocate memory. Already memory is created. Already reference value is generated. So every time this reference value will be written. It will not create new memory every time. Same. Same reference value will return, but memory will not be created. When memory is created, new reference value will be created. Same memory, same reference value, that will be written. So this is very important concept here. Why? Because maybe in the future, if you want to optimize the number of objects, if you want to optimize your memory, we are going to use this kind of strategies actually. Every time we are not going to create object. That is method name. M1 method, inside this M1 method, what happened? New keyword. Every time JVM is executing new keyword. When JVM is executing new keyword, in the sense new object will be created. New memory will be created, new reference value will be created. The same value will not be written every time. Reference values are varied from one time to another time. When new memory is created, new reference value will be created. Of course, for the same class we are creating. Understand this now. For a single class, we are able to create 100 objects. When we created 100 objects for same class, now 100 memories will be created. 100 times memory will be allocated. 100 new reference values will be created. Understand my point? But every time, what we are thinking there, one object I created, same object I want to reuse every time. Whenever we want to reuse the same object every time, then we have to return which keyword? This keyword. But every time we want to create new object, then we have to go for like which keyword? No, new keyword. That's the difference here we can identify. Okay. Right, so now this is overall information about this keyword. Observe carefully. This is overall information about this keyword. This keyword is completed. So then today this workshop is completed. Maybe next weekend I may not be available. Yeah, I'll get. Next weekend I may not be available. Next weekend I will conduct some static keyword content. Sunday static keyword in the sense not possible to complete the total static keyword. At least static variable part I will complete. Static variable and instance variable differences now. The diagrammatic representation I will provide. And that I will complete it in the next, not next weekend. After that, another weekend will come. Then there I will take it. Okay, good. Yeah. Come again? I'm not getting. India. Speak in English better. Depends on situation. We can't say exactly the same topic will be used or not. Depending on the programming part, depending on the software, how they implemented that, on the basis of that only the things are going on. We can't say exactly the same this is going to be utilized or not, but we can simulate the situation maximum. Understand what I'm telling? Situation, in which situation we are going to use that. The situation may be the same. Point is very clear. For memory optimization, we are going to use this. Object reusability. In ATM software, where we are going to get object reusability, think of it. Your account is available. For example, whenever your account is available, you are going to do some transactions. After that, if you want to check the account details, no, you are able to get account details. Okay. In the same object, the details are going to be generated, but every time 10 times if you perform the transaction, 10 times your object we have to get, but where different values are going to be appeared. Why? Because transaction values are going to be modified. Balance value will be modified now. But every time we are going to get same object, but with the different values. Of course, in the situation, if we are getting any method like get account details method, where if we return that account, no, then we are able to get the same thing. So return this or something else we are able to use, but depends on implementation part. We may think about it. But the simulation is what I'm telling there. Every time if you want to return the same object reference value, not different object reference, there we are going to use what? This keyword. We can simulate it. A number of examples we can take further. Yeah, exactly. Orientation would be same, but exact implementation, same implementation is going on or not, but we can't say that. Why? Because that depends on the developer. How they develop that application, that depends on it. But situation we can simulate. Yeah. Okay. So we can check out, and not next weekend, other next weekend we can come. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Bikram Reddy, we can write it. That in a session, what you are saying, that we can write it. But what is the use of creating object there? Okay. guys, and after the session all of your mail IDs are available with me, then I can share that notes to you. You can utilize it. Okay. Yeah, I'll share these notes, but after the session I'll get all of your mail IDs through webinar, then I will share these notes. Don't worry. After the session I'll share, guys. Don't worry. Thank you. Thanks a lot.